Welcome back, everybody, to the Insightful Podcast. We gain insight in order to move forward in life. It has been a while, guys. It has been a while since I uploaded an episode to the Insightful Podcast. Um, a lot's been going on in my life personally, and it's been hard to kind of balance everything and to even have the time to put in work into my passions and the things I like to create creatively, I guess. But this is kind of just like a little life update video. I definitely want to start getting back into posting episodes with guests, outreaching to some new people to see if they want to come on, share their stories. But for today, it's just going to be kind of a quick one, kind of a life update. And I'm just excited to be recording again. I've been so long since recording an episode that even the software that I record my episodes on is completely different. There's been a bunch of updates. It was kind of weird trying to get used to it, but I'm here and I'm excited to be back here with you guys. And it definitely felt like something I was missing because, I believe every single person needs a creative outlet. And the fact that I've taken a pause on creating content, uploading podcast episodes, it just feels good to be in front of the camera again. Because when it does come to my creative outlet, I feel like video creation and self improvement, that is my way of going about it. So, uh, yeah, just to turn on the camera today and record and get in front of it. I know the way I speak and the way I communicate isn't going to be that good because I feel like when I was filming podcasts consistently, I was definitely able to speak better or speak well. Maybe that's not proper grammar, but besides the point, I know once I start releasing more and more episodes, I'll get back into the groove of things. But yeah, let's get into this, I guess. Life update video. So, the biggest thing is obviously with work and doing different things when it comes to that and having like a different career. Um, it's been hard to kind of just adjust to the scheduling, adjust to the changes, right? Because at the end of the day, we're all human. And when you work all the time, obviously your time away from work, you kind of want to relax and you don't want to do more work. But I think that's what has been my biggest struggle with adjusting to the new schedule is kind of finding time for my passions. Even something as simple as reading. Like I remember before I used to find time to read like an hour every single day, and now I struggle to read 20 minutes a day. But if it's something that you really care about, you'll find the time and you'll make it work. And through the time of adjusting to new things, you could kind of figure that out eventually. And that's kind of the process I'm in right now, is kind of just trying to figure out how to adjust to everything that's going on in my life. And yeah, that was kind of like what happened with that change, I guess, is just trying to figure out new scheduling and stuff around that. But when it comes to the gym as well, as like, I'm going to be honest with you guys, like, when life changes and things happen and you're doing different things and you have more responsibilities, you know, doing the things that you do consistently become more difficult. And when it comes to the gym, I definitely haven't been as disciplined as I have been in the past. Like back in the day, I'm acting as if this was like 10 years ago. But before, I would be able to go to the gym every single day at 5 a.m. Every single day I was up. I went to go work out. I did that 6 times a week, sometimes seven if I was feeling good. And now it's been obviously harder to get that in and to be super consistent with the gym. When I'm recording this right now, I think my scheduling with the gym has gotten a lot better, and I have been making good progress on my lifts and stuff. But before that, I want to say like a month ago, a month and a half ago, I was really struggling. There was some weeks I was going to the gym only like 3 times or 2 times. So that was like obviously a big adjustment. But I think the important thing is staying anchored to the things that keep you centered in life and keep you focused, because being away from the gym in that sense where I wasn't going as consistently as I once have, I definitely noticed a different state of mind, and my mental wasn't as good as it should be, because I wasn't taking the time to do the things I really cared about and focus on. So I think as long as you can kind of recognize that, kind of give yourself some grace when your life changes drastically, and then also get back into the things that you were passionate about and the things that you were disciplined in. I think that's super important, and that's kind of the process I'm in now. So when it comes to the gym, have been lacking. Will it change? Yes, I'm definitely getting more consistent. So that's kind of where I am at that. And then when it comes to not posting as much, I know, like, obviously, like I'm speaking about, it comes to having a new schedule, having new routine. So it's harder to find time to film content. It's harder to find time to edit and create. But a big reason is when it was April was like the last time I was actually posting consistently, like 2, 3 times a day. I came to the realization that I was posting the same content all the time, kind of recycled content over and over. And I got kind of bored of it, if I'm being honest. And it felt like I was only chasing views, and I was only chasing the feeling of doing something productive, of doing something creative, even though I wasn't really being that creative with it. So when it comes to content, I actually stopped posting because I told myself in the month of May that I would kind of come up with new ideas, try to get into my own mind, and try to, take some time away from social media to see if I can come up with new ideas and come up with new things I want to share with you guys and document. And that's kind of where I'm at there. I guess it's taken longer than the month of May, only because clearly I'm still not posting consistently. But besides the point, I think what matters is I'm going to start taking a different approach when it comes to my content. And that's, I want to be more creative with it. I post self improvement stuff, I post stuff in the gym, I post mindset talking videos. I want to do those same things, but I just want to be more creative with the process. I feel like there's so many facets to who I am as a person. I love reading, I love doing new things, I love playing sports. I just love doing a multitude of different things. And I think to tie myself down to just gym content, or tie myself down to the same, templates, or the same kind of style of content constantly, it keeps me small, and it doesn't make me feel like I'm creating what I know I can be. So I definitely want to do different things. I want to enjoy the process of filming content, enjoy the process of creating and sharing things with you guys, and kind of showing you guys that self improvement is not what everyone online tells it to be, and tries to teach what it is that you should be doing with your life. You know, if you want to read manga and that makes you a better person and that makes you a more improved version of yourself, then do it. If you want to read classical books and you kind of get, something in there that changes your life drastically, why not do that? I think where self improvement becomes just a gratification of your ego is when you just do things that people are telling you to do that make you a better version of yourself, when realistically self improvement within the word is yourself. And if doing different things, if challenging yourself, if experiencing um things that maybe in the past you would have never even tried, if that makes you a better person, who's to tell you that that isn't self improvement? So the big push I want to make when it comes to documenting and posting more content is I just want to show you guys everything. I want to be able to share whatever I want, whatever's on my mind, and just go through that, because that is what self improvement is. I feel like when I really reflect on who I am as a person, it's changed so much over the past 5 years, and I think so much differently than I did. And I think that is the beauty of self improvement: is you're never who you were a year ago, right? And who's to tell you how you should go about that process? The process is beautiful in the sense that you never know what's going to happen. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who's going to change you. You never know what experience is going to change you. So that's what self-improvement is to me now. Is I just want to document what I'm going through, how I'm feeling, how I deal with certain things, and just kind of share that with you guys. And that is in itself the truest form of self improvement. And I can't wait to start posting content again. I can't wait to start being more consistent. Even when it comes to the podcast, I want to get at least one guest on per week, because I think that's a good place to start. And obviously, as I have more time, or as I figure things out, I can maybe up that a bit. But I just want to get back into it and get into the flow of things and just enjoy it and not be too hard on myself. So yeah, I guess that kind of covers why I took such a long break, because I wanted to get into that. But you know, I just think that chasing a certain goal sometimes and being so fixated on it could sometimes be a detriment because you're not able to reflect on what you're currently doing and why it's not working. So I think taking time to reflect and taking time away from the process sometimes is good because then you could kind of see outside of it and see what you can now do differently. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. And when it comes to, I guess, your growth and my growth, I guess, if I'm explaining myself, is the biggest thing I'm going to do moving forward is have a more positive outlook on self improvement. I think everyone starts self improvement, like I've said in many episodes, because they hate themselves, they don't like where they are in life, so they end up making a change. And hopefully that change lasts long and it's not just a change that lasts a couple days. But I think the thing I want to do moving forward and that I want to share is having a more positive outlook to your self improvement journey. Because when you have a positive outlook and you're just like happy and you're joyful, I think things just happen to you. Good things happen to you, and that's what I'm excited for. Is trying to have a more positive outlook on my life and trying to enjoy every second of it. Enjoy the bad things. Enjoy the good things. Enjoy the things that are confusing. Enjoy the things that I don't know what's going to happen after doing this thing. And I think that's what life is all meant to be about. Life is meant to be lived. It's meant to be experienced. It's not meant to constantly know what's going to happen or constantly know your next step. Sometimes you just fall into things, and the beautiful thing is that if you're able to accept it and you're able to embrace whatever is happening to you in this moment, that's when you start to feel fulfilled. And I think that's what we should all be chasing, is a fulfilling feeling. Chase fulfillment in this life, because a life that is full is a life that is worth living. And that's the biggest thing I'm trying to focus on moving forward in my life. And what I love about creating content is, the content I created in 2023 on TikTok when I first started out was so different than who I am now, and is so different than what I actually want to create. And I think if I just kind of stay on this path of creating content and sharing my passions and doing the things that matter to me, I think a lot of people can be inspired by that. And that is ultimately my goal, is for people to be inspired by, I guess, my attitude, I guess the way I go about living my life, I guess the work I put in, you know, at the end of the day, my friend, you just have to try your best in everything. I took a long break from the content. I took a long break from social media, but now it's back to it. It's get into it again, enjoy it, embrace it, love it. And if you do those things with the passions and the things you care about, you'll feel fulfilled. And even just as I'm filming this episode, I feel really good about myself to turn on this camera and do it again, because it was a while before I filmed an episode. And the fact that I'm doing this now, I'm very proud of myself. So I guess that's kind of implementing the positive outlook on self-improvement journey, is that even though I took such a long break, I'm happy that I picked up the camera today and kind of shared this message with you guys. But yeah, I guess this is kind of where I want to leave it at. I appreciate you guys, you know, taking a look at this video and seeing this life update. But I can't wait to get more guests on and get more people on, and I can't wait to kind of share my journey as well on social media. And also, something I want to implement before I go is I want to create a Substack where I kind of write about self improvement and have that as a creative outlet too. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments, and I'll be sharing that on my like insightful podcast Instagram, and I'll be sharing that on my regular Instagram as well. So if you guys want to read something when it comes to self improvement, I think that could be a big help too. And it just gives me another creative outlet to kind of share my thoughts and share my feelings and share the things I've been through. So yeah, to everyone watching that made it this far, thank you very much. If you like this episode, are excited for where this journey is going, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.